Hi, I'm Ron Polk, and this is a Kiboko bag made by Gura. This is the best camera bag ever made. Okay, I know that's probably a pretty controversial statement, but in my opinion it really is. I've owned quite a few bags and own quite a few bags, and if I could find a better bag, I'd buy it. It weighs just under 4 pounds, and that's mostly because it's made of a high-tech sailcloth. It is also a radically different design. Rather than unzipping the top and flipping the top down, doubling the amount of space, it's a butterfly design, which means that each side opens to access the equipment on one side or the other. In addition to layered storage, where you have not only the main compartment, but you have a couple of compartments above here that are zippered mesh compartments, another main compartment, and a mesh pocket and another zippered pocket. The other side is exactly the same, the main compartment, storage in the lid, and then the main storage, as well as some more zippered pockets and an open pocket. There's also a tether, which we connect a little think tank pixel pocket to hold our compact flash. There's a small pocket on the side here that houses a full rain cover that's completely detached and covers the whole bag. So not only is it an excellent camera bag, it's a serious backpack. They've detached the harness so that it can be tucked into this compartment. It's quite easy to set up. It takes, I don't know, less than a minute to pull it out and have it ready to put on your back. And there's 6 connection points, 1 on each shoulder strap, and then 2 on each side for the belt. And you just leave it adjusted for you so you don't have to change it. Also, the harness, you know, it's not a light-duty harness system that would put a lot of pressure on your shoulder. In fact, it has a pretty thick back pads, and then it has a nice lumbar pad as well as a nice wide belt and really nicely designed shoulder straps that kind of curve to fit your shoulders. I'm 5'10" and weigh in at about 200 pounds. My wife is about 5'6" and weighs in at about 120, and we both use the same size bag. We just adjust the straps and the belt for each of us. And then when you don't need the backpack, instead of having these straps, you know, hanging out like the other bags, maybe putting the buckles together, trying to kind of tuck all of this in, you just reverse the process and just pop the 6 buckles, and then you don't have to take a lot of care to put it away. You just tuck it back in, just stuff it in its pouch. And as long as the straps are all in the pouch, you just pull it closed, and there the backpack is completely tucked away. And the handles they're also very lightweight, but very strong and very comfortable. They're a lightweight foam inside of the braiding, and so it's very comfortable to carry the bag. And then the side handle, they've done an ingenious idea of putting it on at a 45-degree angle, so it's ergonomic, very comfortable when you're carrying it at your side. The most amazing feature of the bag is how much it'll hold. And it's hard to explain why it holds so much. I remember as a kid, going to the circus and seeing the clown car pull up, and they're like 9 6-foot clowns crawl out of the thing, and as a kid you're just wondering, how do they do that? Well, this bag is the clown car of camera bags. It holds so much equipment, I can't explain how it does it. Both my wife and I, being photographers and having a big selection of equipment, and we like to carry a variety with us, a big variety, that we decided when we travel on the airline that we'd like to have a bigger bag. Also, we're think tank fans and decided that would be the best option for us. Looked at the reviews, and this airport security from Think Tank gets great reviews, and it's a fantastic bag like all of their equipment. So we bought 2 of these, we got them home, started moving the equipment from the Kiboko to the Think Tank. I couldn't get it all in, and that was a bit confusing because the bag is taller, wider, and deeper. I should be able to get all of that equipment in there. So I changed the interior around, and I squished and pushed, and no matter what I did, I could not get the equipment that I had in the Kiboko bags into the think tanks. The conclusion that we came to was we're going to stick with these even for airline travel, and we have the added benefit of these will not only travel domestic airlines, they'll also meet regulations for international travel, and in fact you can take these on most of the little commuter airlines as well. So now I'll unpack the Kiboko to show you just how much equipment it can carry. This is our main bag. We have 2 bags. One is primarily for lighting and lighting modifiers. This one is our go-to bag. If we're going to take one bag, this is it. It has our lenses and the camera bodies, and it does have some lighting. And this side we have mostly our lenses. We're able to get the Canon 70 to 200, 35 to 70, 16 to 35, 100 millimeter macro fisheye, some macro tubes, and then both the 1.4 and the 2.0 teleconverter, 580EX2 flash, and this has a bracket on it and a radio popper. It's about as big as you're going to make that flash. Commander, their IR commander for running flash off camera and running multiple flashes, also has the radio popper. And then in the upper level of that compartment, I have some filters, some 4x4 and 4x6 leaf filter with the brackets and accessories. Pocket full of gels for light modification. Again, you can see how easy it is just to flip this stuff and access it. 70 to 300. 2 Pro bodies. They're full-size bodies. L brackets on them as well as our straps, so they're ready to pull out and use. 1D Mark IV, again with the L bracket and its strap. And then because I have both cameras and they have different battery systems, unfortunately, I carry charger for the 1D Mark II, extra battery for it, charger for the 5D Mark II, and a couple of extra batteries for it. Some rechargeable AA's for the flash. Loopman and a color checker, pano slide for doing panoramic photography, shutter releases, wireless one that runs both camera and a wired one, light modifier for the flash, pixel pocket for holding compact flash, and there's also a bubble level. So you can see that's quite a bit of equipment. In the other bag, have some cables for tethered photography, a light bracket to hold 4 flash units with a big softbox on the end of a monopod. This bag holds the Canon 800 millimeter. I think this is physically the largest lens on the market. If not, it's one of the largest, and it drops right in, and there's plenty of room around it again so that I could store other things like the light bracket and the cables. A 30-inch by 30-inch softbox, and then the other side, 3 more 580EX2s with radio poppers, tons of AA batteries, rechargeables for the flash units, as well as AAA's for the radio poppers, brackets for mounting the flash in various situations on light stands, a unit that will charge 8 AA's or AAA's at one time, as well as a battery tester. Extended battery for faster recycle times with the flash units. A macro flash, this is the Canon macro flash with the twin heads. Modifiers for the flash units. Some more equipment here, some bands and things I use for that, as well as an extension shoe. A couple of the Better Beamer extension kits for throwing flash a long way when I'm using the Super Telephoto. And then even a 3-foot light stand. A flash attachment, flash bracket to hold a couple of flashes on the when I'm using the long lens. So there you have it, the 4-pound clown car of camera bags. Quite simply, in my opinion, the best camera bag ever made.